Hello and welcome to the Heed Army podcast. We're starting off a little bit different. As you can see, we're here at Gateshead Stadium. We're going to be hopefully getting some interviews with Mike Williamson and some people around here for the final press conference before the trophy is lifted here on Saturday. And if you're all just tuning in out of curiosity about Gateshead, get down here. This is going to be absolutely fantastic. War flags are going to be here. They're putting on a display over 50 flags, I believe. We possibly might be talking to someone from there. As of recording this, we're fingers crossed waiting for someone to say they're available. But if not, what an occasion it's going to be down here. So as I say, this part of the show is going to be pre-recorded for the first 5, 10, maybe 15, 20 minutes, depending on how much footage we get. Fully interactive. Like, subscribe, share, and send us your comments. We'll put them up on the screen as this is going out live, and then we'll get fully into the debate. We're going to have Jack, the Brackley fan, joining us to give us a congratulations, a nice touch from Jack. We've had him on a few times over the past few seasons, and so he sent a lot of nice messages since Gateshead were crowned champions on Monday away to Chorley. And were you at Chorley? That is what we want to hear from you. Get them messages in, send them photos. So we've got a few bits of footage that people have sent us, and we want to play that out, talk about a momentous day down at Victory Park on Bank Holiday Monday, and what a momentous day and historical day it's going to be at Gateshead International Stadium on Saturday. Well, Simon, fantastic week for the club. A little bit of pressure on you to deliver now. It would be nice to get the hat-trick of league titles.
Yeah, definitely. To be fair, I think we're in a good position. The club itself it's been so successful, but it's not just happened by magic. You know, it's been an accumulation of the hard work from everybody. I've been fortunate to be involved in the first team and a little bit with the 19s and now hopefully the ladies. You know, to be fair, whatever happens, and it's been a successful season. You know, it's only the second season they have ran. But we're in a good position in terms of 3 points behind top in a game in hand, and we go into Sunday's game against Darlow, who are just behind us, in a game where we need to win, need to get points on the board. But you know, the last 2 games has shown the confidence and the hard work that we've done. You know, scoring 18 goals has been outstanding.
Yeah, and how many games have you got remaining now?
5 games. Within those 5 games, we've still got to play Hartlepool, who are top. And Darlow, who are below us now, I think 6 points below us. So 2 tough games in terms of that, but then we've also got other tough games. Townlaw still to play, Rutherford, who beat us the other week, which was a tough game, but it was good to see the players react from a negative in terms of getting beat 6-3 to then put in 2 positive performances and bounce back. So obviously still on to win the league, you know, a little bit pressure I'd say, but to be fair, I think it's a credit to the club, you know, backing not just the ladies and the first team, but the 19s as well, and hopefully, you know, 3 league titles sounds good, doesn't it?
It does, it really does. And we'll definitely have you on the podcast in the build-up, because you'll be the only football that's left shortly.
Yeah.
So we'll have full attention on the ladies. But you mentioned earlier this week the 19s, yesterday's recording, completed the double, the under 19s, which was absolutely just amazing, fantastic work. You work with Ben a lot. You must be made up for him.
Yeah, I see firsthand the hard work he puts in, not just with the 19s, but juggling the community work as well. Something that people probably forget, you know, and the sacrifices he's got to make, but also the players, because sometimes they've got to train a little bit later and they've got to train early and stuff. And it's great to see kind of what Clarkey does is essentially trying to copy what the first team do, puts his own little spin on it, and the lads have took it on board. And you know, yesterday's performance, 2-0 down, coming back to win 3-2, it's just stuff that, you know, it's the hard work and all that come to fruition, and I'm over the moon for Clarkey. You know, obviously he was down there on Monday and he was buzzing, and you know, he's been involved in the club.
I was lucky enough to still be in the ground when we were packing up after the game, and when it went quiet, there was a lot of people just with teary eyes, just nodding at each other, because there was a lot of things achieved there on Monday. There's been a lot of hard work.
Oh, definitely, and I think obviously the issues we've had a couple of years and kind of righting wrongs and stuff like that, but I think it's just off the pitch and the hard work that goes on behind the scenes is what's kind of helping as well as on the pitch, you know. And when you've got a first team bouncing, you know, the 19s want to kick on and try and get in that first team, and obviously you've got the academy and then obviously with the girls trying to follow their success, and you know, it's a great place to be. Obviously this week's been unbelievable so far, and you know, that's all going to come to a head on Saturday, which will be a great occasion for the club, a great occasion for the coaching staff and the players and all that, but also the staff in terms of the backroom staff, the board, you know, Neil and Bernard and all the hard work they've put in and that. So it's a day that everybody will enjoy, and I'm looking forward to it.
I know, and also as well, we've seen last night the advertisement, or the announcement, should I say, that War Flags are going to be coming over, lending support. The atmosphere was going to be top-notch already, but now it's just been took to another level, and add the presentation of the trophy into that, it's what an afternoon.
Honestly, it's going to be a special occasion, you know, and one, hopefully it's not just a one-off, you know. Hopefully, you know, we're kind of laying the foundations for it to happen more regularly, and you know, we're kicking on a league next year. You know, there'll be a new group of 19s wanting to emulate what's happened there and that, and at the minute it's just a special club to be at, and want to be a pleasure to play a small role in, to be totally honest, and I'm just relishing the next few days.
That's great. Thank you very much, and good luck for the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Yes.
Mike, congratulations. Just first of all, some sort of emotions looking back on the last few years, but also this season as well.
The last 3 years.
Well, few years. The rise of the fall and rise of the club sort of.
Yeah, it's been eventful, yeah, to say the least. Like looking back in now, yeah, kind of. It is crazy when you've been in football for, you know, say a long time, but relative. You think you've seen it all, and then yeah, you get kicked out your stadium, and you train at, you know, heaven, and yeah, it's just fascinating for me. It's obviously the lads here have just been different class, and that's been the core when we came in. It was just keeping lads like Greggy and adding that kind of DNA, that personality, that profile. And we had a vision of where we wanted to go. Obviously the guys come in, the board took over, stabilised financially, give us a platform, and it's been enjoyable every day. It's been learning, and we're still on the journey, so enjoying every minute.
I mean, you mentioned the DNA. I know you mean personality there as well, but also in terms of style of play, you've got a very distinctive style of play, certainly for this sort of level. Where does that come from? Where was your thought of playing that sort of way, that passing, attacking way? Where did that come from?
Wow, I don't think anyone reinvents the wheel, doesn't it? I think we're big Liverpool fans, me and Busty, I'd say. But no, it's for me, when I've look at myself and I look at what kind of personality I am, I'm just a trier, a worker. I look at lads who have maximised their career with respect, and I look at lads who've got, you know, huge amounts of ability that haven't really played at the levels that their ability, you know, would warrant, and it's sometimes disappointing. So for me, I just say to the lads, I'll be with you in pre-season. I'll be with them in this pre-season. I'll be feeling sick. I'll be feeling dizzy. I'll be pushing myself just as much as them, and I'm going to ask from them what I'm willing to give myself, and nothing more, nothing less. And like you say, people like Greggy embodies that. The whole, you know, group this season. I feel like the spirit has been our real strength, and our togetherness has been our strength. There's a lot of good friendships. There's a lot of real nice personal stories that have come in. The recruitment's been great, but we're just still working consistently, relentlessly, just to keep improving. Like I say, having meetings with the boys, AC in the back there, and Greggy, just say, listen, what we've got is something special. Let's just keep refining it and keep pushing. There's no targets for next season. Let's just be the best version of what we've got.
If you look back at this season, are there certain moments that you look at that you think they were key to getting us through it?
Yeah, had this conversation with the boys, asking them their feelings. For me, it's been littered with moments. One of the ones Farsley away, a terrible pitch, with respect, and we made changes, and obviously we come from behind, and we took a step back in the changing room afterwards and saw the celebrations, and like I say, nothing had won. at that point, but you saw the togetherness and you kind of just raised an eyebrow, not reading into anything. It could have been, nothing, something, but you just think, okay, it's nice to see a group like that. And then for me, when we beat Ulti away, the exhilaration, for what that meant to the club financially and for us as a group, obviously we were coasting here at home and then we conceded late on twice, and then to go behind there, I thought, right, okay, we've got that fight, that spirit, that never say die attitude, let's just see. And then beating Kitty here, great manager, great club, very difficult team, obviously what they've done in the FA Cup shows that, and it was like, okay, let's just keep humble, keep working, just try and be who we are, more of it.
I mean, you mentioned the pitch at Farsley, obviously the way that you guys play. Have you faced challenges trying to play in the way that you're playing at this sort of level? Has there been resistance internally or externally or from fans or whatever to playing that way? Has there ever been, why don't you play the quote-unquote non-league way? Has there ever been that sort of resistance?
Well, I mean, I've had questions thrown at me about the number of penalties we've given away and about messing around at the back. But really, I don't know. I couldn't really define our way of playing. It's effective, efficient words that I use with the lads every day that they're probably bored of hearing. And it's winning. Obviously, the way we go about our game plan is to outwork them, be better in transition, but we want to play forward as fast as we can. I think as a byproduct, we will dominate the majority of possession in this league, but that's not our plan. Our plan is to go about and just implant our DNA on the game and really control what we can control, but just be on the front foot, fast and aggressive. So that really, and the byproduct is, each game comes as a different puzzle and a different challenge, which the boys here, against Darlington, against Southport, I said, cliche things, but there's another question mark hanging over your heads, which you've answered all season. It's up to you boys now, and they just answered them.
Greg, thank you very much for joining us. An unbelievable season, but on a personal note, you got me a captain before the season started. You must have been immensely proud of that, but as fans, I think we all noticed it put a little bit of extra something in your game.
Yeah, me and Mike had a little chat this morning about how it's all went and like an overall summary, and I think the captaincy was probably not something I saw myself doing when I was younger. I could never have seen myself as a captain of like an under-23 side, never mind the captain of a football club as such. So when I took it on, I was obviously very privileged that they'd asked me to do it. When it comes to football, it's kind of a bit of a bigger something else on your shoulders, but I've kind of, I wouldn't say I've thrived under it, but I have enjoyed every minute of looking after the lads and obviously trying to gain as much respect from them at the start, knowing that I'm their link between themselves and the management staff as well. And just obviously walking out every match at the front of that queue it's a nice feeling. And
also as well, on top of that, I mean, the goal scorers always take the plaudits, but is it 28? I
think it's 20. Not counting, but I think it's 28.
28 assists. I mean, that's phenomenal, no matter what level that is. And to be doing that as well, we've seen some defensive duties as well on Monday with some big tackles during the game. You must be very pleased on a personal level to have that in your back pocket as well as a title-winning season.
Yeah, I think it's probably my best season ever, to be quite honest. After the first year at Gateshead, I think definitely my best season so far. But I think I've learnt the most this year. Just being in the midfield, I think Mike's brought a lot into my game, defensively, obviously attacking-wise. I'm playing a bit of a different system than we have the last couple of years. But it's just allowed for some like real entertaining and attacking football, and obviously it helps when I'm passing it to Maka, Ked, Ads and Blackie. It just kind of helps, and I always say I've never had one good assist. They've all scored some very good goals off them, not just off my doing. So, but no, I've enjoyed. This probably been my favourite season so far. Obviously, winning the title was just a cherry on top.
You've chipped in with a couple of goals as well. What's been your favourite goal this season?
Oh, my favourite goal. I think the most important one was the Alfred and maybe the Darlington one. So I think I'll go for Alfred.
Yeah,
at home.
It was not a bad one, was it?
No.
Well, enjoy the celebrations on Saturday. It'll be a real fantastic occasion, and hopefully we can get another 3 goals and get us to that 100 goal tally. It'll be fantastic to have on the history books, wouldn't it?
Hopefully.
And cheers, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Dave.
Well, it wouldn't be a Heed Army podcast without a gaff, would it? Just looked at myself and looked puzzled there when I put myself on. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Heed Army podcast. I say we thought we'd started a little bit different today. We went down to the press conference, got a couple of interviews there. We hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for all the messages, and we got great viewing figures as well. First of all, wow. Champions.
Pump it up. The Heat are going up.
Oh, they certainly are. I took a photo down at. I tried to put it on when we were live, but I couldn't. But this was the away following from where I was at the commentary position. Absolutely fantastic. The noise was great, and obviously the scenes at the end. Wow. And also as well, thank you everyone for the very nice comments on the commentary. Yeah, I did. I did get a bit emotional. Mason Ford, Ollie and Bailey, 2 top quality midfielders. Yes, of course, they certainly are. And Langstaff will be collecting his golden boot top goal scorer. Well, that's going to go down to the last game, isn't it? He's only 1 goal clear of Norton, I think it is, and 2 clear of Kedwin. So, if Kedwin gets a hat-trick on Saturday, it's going to be tight. So, yeah, and we've got a message from Anne Adams. Well done, lads. Gordon, I genuinely haven't found the phone. It's my old phone with just a paper, a pay-as-you-go SIM card, and can I find it? See lots of messages coming in, and so you got emotional on Monday. I certainly did. So thankfully, it hasn't come back to haunt us yet. Jack hasn't made a video, but if he does, I hope he does get the bit when the banana runs on the pitch. And there's a banana on the pitch. And Mark Fraser, I was there. Well, if you were there, come on, let us know how you celebrated. It was just absolutely fantastic, wasn't it? I mean, just yeah. I mean, it was a tough game. I'll take this picture off. Actually, as I say, we're hidden behind it. There we are. We're back.
Best, to be honest.
Yeah. Just you just got to see an amazing to get it across the line, get the we'll win it outright, not on goal difference. You look at that league table, it's just a beautiful sight, and I think that the cherry on top now would be as if we can score 3 goals on Saturday and finish with 100 league goals. It just shows what a great regardless, it's a great season anyway, but I think that would be the only thing you could maybe ask for.
That would be the icing on the cake. The cherry on the top would be the lasses winning the league.
Oh, it certainly would. Well, we'll be getting into the ladies as the weeks go on because they'll be the main attention. Don't you worry about that. There we go. Mickey, like that smile. We got Scooby-Doo on the pitch. Yeah, I did say that as well.
Yeah, I seen Scooby.
Well, there was Power Rangers on the pitch. That was yeah,
it was fantastic, man. It was brilliant.
Holly had to have Tuesday off school because she was so emotionally drained. What a day. Not a bad way of getting off school. I watched Dan Bell's video of the game on Monday. Yeah, really good. Mark Fraser got very, very drunk. I don't think you're the only one, to be honest.
Well, there was a lad who I was talking to in the stand who was quite drunk to say the least, and he says, "It's Mickey off the podcast. I hope you're going to start the singing off." He didn't obviously know me very well because I was shouting and bawling and starting the singing off. And I don't know his name, and I apologise, but it was good having your company.
Yeah, we've got a message here from Christopher Story. Did you spot me as Darth Vader? I seen a lot of things, but then I was just crying at the end, and yeah. I did have strangers come up to me in the stand and ask if I was all right when I was on air. I said it's all right. I'm happy. Yeah, and Mason Ford, but I was just lost for words. Can't believe it. Apparently the Time We Stand is sold out, so you know, hopefully, you know, tell your friends, get them to come along. There's plenty more seats, don't worry about that. Hopefully we can,
stand now,
and we'll obviously talk about the war flags coming as well. It's going to make it absolutely fantastic. Right, we put an appeal out if anyone would like to send any footage that they got from the day. We're going to play this one out first. There's a couple of clips from Anne Scurfield just to give you a little bit of the emotions after the full-time whistle. Well, there we go. We've got a couple of minutes. Mr. Luke put Freddie Mercury came back from the dead to see the Heat win the league. You love to see. Up the Heat, man. And Davey Steele's put Mickey appeared in every video I saw of the pitch invasion at the end. You did seem to go past like Alfred Hitchcock. You got the same silhouette.
To be honest, one of the lasses' dad's, Davey West, put a picture up and he says, "I found you," and he put an arrow. Big arrow on the picture. I says, "I'm glad that arrow missed us. It must have been a passing whale."
Yeah, it's just unbelievable. Thank you for everyone for the messages. We've got another video to promote that Andy Telfer sent us. We patched that together as well. And says someone, Mark Fraser, the scenes when Carl scored, it just lifted the roof. It was fantastic. I even come up with a good pun. I put "cometh the man, cometh the magne."
Cometh the magne.
So yeah, see, we've had a few, and a pint of beer and a traffic cone as well. Best costumes to win the league. Yeah, there was some. I think also as well, if there's any young kids, there was a bottle of lube as well. I've seen fancy dress, so obviously that's for for fixing your car. So yeah, there was Vickers. I've seen Mexican bandits, jockeys.
Buzz Lightyear.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
I see the picture of them traveling down on the train all in the fancy dress, and absolutely fantastic.
Well, everybody keep their messages coming in. Of course, we've got Saturday to talk about as well when the trophy will be presented. We just want to take this moment now just to thank our sponsors. Without them, we wouldn't be able to broadcast. We'll be back just after this. There we go. So keep their messages coming in, absolutely flying in. It's going to be an amazing time on Saturday. As mentioned before, the Tyne and Wear stand is sold out. So there's 1,800. You would think, obviously, with people hearing that, and also the news of war flags and the media attention on Look North tonight and Tyne Tees last night, that people are going to want to come along and see the trophy presented. And with war flags coming along, that it's going to be quite an iconic thing to see that Tyne and Wear stand with black and white checky flags going the same as the strip. It's just going to be great. It really is. I mean, we talk about the ice, the cherry on the cake being 100 goals would be great, but regardless of that, we've won the league. We don't want to be too greedy, but what an atmosphere it should be. I mean, it was going to be a great atmosphere regardless. But now, it's going to be like a carnival.
It's like I've been telling everybody I'm in the fortunate position where the very first season when Mickey Scully and Davy Armstrong, our very first season we won the league that year. We went into March and Gateshead won the league by the May. But I can't remember the trophy. I can't remember the club lifting the trophy up to the stand. But I think last few games were away. So maybe the trophy was there, and I never have seen the trophy get lifted. The only time I seen the trophy was in the picture when the players had the next season's team photograph. So,
well, I think they'll
I've seen we win the league. I haven't seen we lift the trophy.
Well, you're going to see it on Saturday, and so will thousands, hopefully. So remember, drag your friends along, get them there. Of course, next year, Oldham and Scunthorpe at Gateshead International Stadium. There's some massive games. We'll be able to go into that into the future. Really looking forward to Saturday as well. Well done, lads. Yeah, the lads were absolutely fantastic. We've got a tweet that's come in. We can't bring up tweets on the stream, sadly. But this is from Debbie Bailey. She's put at Heat Army, what a season. Thank you to everyone involved with Gateshead FC, the Baileys, a kiss. So there we go. Say we still want to get Debbie on the podcast. We'll endeavour to do it.
I'll give you a hug on the pitch and Colin, kids there.
Yeah, I got a few cuddles after the game. I say obviously Adam Campbell wasn't involved, and he come up the stand after the full-time whistle, and that was a bit of a mess. And he come over and give us a big hug. And I was like, oh. So that was lovely. And I got after when the ground emptied when we were packing away, Greg Ollie come out and give us a cuddle as well. He was sweaty and covered in beer, but I still took it. You know. No, it's
a normal Saturday night for you, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, obviously I would love to have been on the pitch. I think I would have struggled to get on anyway, but it's just nice to have a little moment like that, and it's just fantastic, absolutely fantastic.
I walked over to their manager and said, "Did you have to make it that hard?"
Well, I mean, you've got Yeovil, Scunthorpe, Oldham, Grimsby, Chesterfield, Notts County, Southend, Dagenham, Redbridge, and then potentially you could have Wrexham if they don't go up in the playoffs, or Stockport if they don't go up as champions and miss out
in the playoffs now. So I think that's good.
So there's some big teams there, some big travels. Eastleigh as well is going to be in the mix. So is Torquay. But Dover has went, and so has another one on the south coast. So it's
what you got, Maidstone.
Yeah, there's going to be long trips. Yeah, there's long trips. Charlie Wharf, he's put this fantastic day. I'm hoping to get some good pictures of the day. Knee pressure. He always delivers the goods. We've got a message here. I'm also a Kilmarnock fan, so we also won our league, but that's gone through Gateshead the last few years means a lot more personally. So don't tell any Kelly friends. We'll not. We all know that the Heat is the best.
It's okay. I'm sure the Hearts will absolutely smash Kelly next season as well.
Well, remember sending your messages. Say just let us know how you celebrated as well on Monday. Just drink it in, savor it. Saturday, regardless of the result, is just going to be an absolutely momentous occasion. I just cannot wait. Really cannot wait. It's been. It feels like this season has went over in a flash. Really does. It doesn't feel like a full season to me, but yeah, it's.
Was it last week I said it? It just feels like 5 minutes since I got to the first game at Kevin. And it just flew by. And I was talking to a friend who I go to some of the away games with, me and Trina and Ebby and Steve and Ken, Davey Tron. I was halfway through the season after what would seem all speaking and saying, I can't say we're getting beat many times at all.
Yeah, it's just a strange feeling, wasn't it? And you didn't want to be over cocky or sound that cocky. Obviously it's fantastic, but just savor it, drink it in. I've waited all the time I've been supporting Gateshead to see we'll win a league. It's happened, but it took 20 odd years. So I'm just gonna say
I'll break it down because me and Hebby were talking about it the other day. so far this season, I think we've got 52 points at home, 39 points away out of a possible 62.
I know. It's
Real.
absolutely crazy. Sam Pelton, evening lads, amazing achievement for everyone connected to the club. We've played superb football and scored the most goals. Let's hope we can get a great crowd down there on Saturday and see us lift the title. Get in. It's going to be great. We started to come to games just before the Charlton game and been every home game since. We've loved every minute of it. Well, that's fantastic. That's what it's all about.
Absolutely.
It really is. Just hopefully, you enjoy the rest of the ride, and stick with us. That's what it's all about. And tell your friends about the podcast as well. That's what we want. Get more people listening and interacting.
Have you got the grin off anybody got the grin off the face since Monday? Because I haven't.
It's just it was such a
sink in.
Yeah, it's just amazing. And also as well, I mean, we've seen a lot of videos on social media if you follow any of the players. I think that one of the highlights of the celebrations was seeing Philip Marshall in a packed bar singing "Gimme, Gimme, Gimme," a man after midnight on in Cozy Joe's, and I think all his teammates were shocked. I think he's probably one of the quieter lads. But you've got to give credit to Brackley for pushing us all the way. We are expecting not Mr. Luke. We're expecting Jack Banham, the Brackley fan, to join us. We said about 9:30, so hopefully, if he's able to join us, he said he wanted to wish us, all the fans, congratulations. But yeah, we say that. I mean, we've kind of built a little bit of a relationship with the Brackley, well, with him,
I met him at Brackley, and he's a canny lad.
Yeah.
And then he tweeted something, and I made sure he got it back.
Well, he said, I must admit, he sent us a message straight after the result on Monday, which was lovely. Congratulate him on winning.
Sent me a congratulations message as well.
So it just shows you, and he said, like, it's just, well, he'll say it if he comes on, just that it's a real shame that both teams, that maybe one of them might miss out on going up after we put all the big boys to task this year. Quietly optimistic after watching. I was quietly optimistic after watching pre-season. You wouldn't I'll say that after the event, Colin.
No, we've got a point there, because after we beat Hartlepool, we beat Newcastle is convincing. I wasn't quietly confident we'll win the league, and I wasn't. My aims for the season was getting in the playoffs.
Mm-hmm. I was confident we're getting the playoffs, but obviously just the way we've went about it has just been absolutely amazing. It's been a super week for Gated champions, and sorry, 1 second. Someone's champion on Monday, and the team coach Saturday sealed. The team he coached sealed promotion as well after a 4-1 win and double celebrations. Well, of course, the under-19s, Ben Clark secured the double with a cup win yesterday. So big congratulations to Ben as well. I mean, and we're talking about potential treble of league wins if Simon Johnson and the ladies can carry on their good form. They've got 5 games left, a game in hand on the team above them, 3 points behind. Anything's possible, and they've got to play the teams around them. So if they're good enough, they'll do it. So
I'll tell you what it is. If they play like anything like they did on Tuesday, they'll give anyone a game. That definitely was the best I've seen from us, the ladies team, for a while. We've been good, but Berkeley are no mugs. Berkeley Town ladies are no mugs, and they football them off the park.
Well, they're an established team, aren't they, as well? Christopher Story, he was up till 1 a.m. after the game with a few drinks, hoping to get a season ticket next year. Fantastic. Get along and support the lads. Massive shout out to everyone who travelled in numbers this season. Yeah. I've done many away games, and the numbers we've taken I've not seen before. Let's carry on to next season. Yeah, the support has just been absolutely fantastic. And, we've said it many times before, Jack McGragan's away days, he shows the fans there traveling as well. It's just been great. Taylor, how he knew we would do it after coming back against Darlow. Yeah, well, we're pretty close then. With every visit to the International Stadium, even when it was cold or hot. When's it been hot? Oh, wait, man, Mr. Luke, it's never been hot.
Turning
But
point for me was Kidderminster. The way they played against Kidderminster.
yeah, that was the one I
That was
really
the
feared.
one. I
Because
thought,
yeah,
we've got a chance here.
well, I thought they were the team that was obviously, well, they were the team in form. They'd had a fantastic FA Cup run, and I thought they would carry that on. But yeah, it's well, that was the game that really shot us forward, wasn't it? To get a 4-0 win there. Colin Scott, Charlton got lucky that we didn't finish 3 of the good chances that we normally would. We played better football. We did. We did not look outclassed at all. Jade, one of the ladies, my goal was definitely not a clearance, Mickey.
I tell you what, she ran on and leathered it from 30 yards, and it never left the ground, and it sizzled in the back of the net.
Sizzled. Oh, I like that.
And I just says to her, I'm sure that was a clearance.
JJ basically gave us a title on Saturday. Well, he helped. He helped.
I think it was another 38 games before that got West Visit.
Yeah. It was the other 27 wins that really put the thing in there. But no, he put a classy message up and all, didn't he? Afterwards, it was nice.
Excellent. I didn't expect them much different from JJ. Was it a favour from an old friend? Now go on and finish it, boys. That was such a class for me.
It certainly was. Sam Pelton, great to see Owen Bailey getting on the score sheet the last 2 games. 2 big goals, one Southport, one against Chorley. Well, the one against Southport was a beautiful finish. Absolutely beautiful.
That was.
And that cheeky back heel on against Chorley was amazing. Just a pity Paul Blacker couldn't do it later on as well. He had an opportunity.
Where I was stood in the stand, I seen the ball go across, and then everyone went up, but I couldn't see the goal line from where I was standing, so I was looking down. So the pitch was obviously right behind the thingy. So all I seen is Bales run away. It wasn't until I actually watched the highlights where I seen how he'd scored.
Yeah. It was great, absolutely great. Mark Walton knew this team was special after the comebacks against Southport, Farsley, and Dalton. Well, there was a few others when we were 1-0 down. How many times did we come back this season? That'll be an interesting start.
Yeah, Alfreton as well. When Greg scored that late goal, when they were time wasting.
Yeah,
there's a comeback, and I still say it to this day. If they hadn't wasted as much time, they probably would have got away with a point.
Definitely. Paula Chapman, JJ is always a class act. We've got, I'll be buzzing if Bailey gets a new deal. I think you'll be offered one, definitely. After his performances. And I'm doing my GCSEs in 12 days now. Wish me luck. Finally be a bit stress-free. You'll be Harry. You'll smash
You'll be
it.
fine, Luke. Just
also as well.
You normally do. You'll get through your exams, mate. I'm sure you'll do well.
Definitely. Right, we've got another video collection that was sent in. This one by Andy Telfer, and this were the scenes that he captured after the game. And I think if you look at the beginning of this video, you see Carl Magnier's dad whacking the back of the cattle shed. So have a little look at this. Well, there we go, Mr. Luke, the guy with the inflatable microphone, is class like. It's Colin McGuinness there, giving it the big licks. Evening, gents. Still think it's all a dream. It's not a dream. It's not a dream.
Caroline.
Yeah.
It's real.
We've just had a message from Jack. Unfortunately, he's not able to join us, so we wish him well and wish Brackley well in the playoffs as well. So yeah, we'll be hopefully we might get to speak to Jack one day in the future. But Brackley, we hope they do well. It's going to be tough in them playoffs because Chorley were a tough team the other day. Fylde's tough. York's good. Yeah, you wouldn't
Plenty of them a game.
Definitely.
Really impressed with Jolly.
Yeah. I think Chorley's going to be tough to get past as well. So there we go. 1 second we've got here. Just watched Hereford's highlights against Brackley. What 2 goals to give us the league. They've also said that they've got they will give them a nice welcome this week. Yeah, I think
we'll roll the red carpet for definite for them.
Yeah,
until 3 o'clock, of course.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, actually, what I was going to say there, I think we'll try and make that a regular thing. If people would like to send in away day footage when they go to away days, just send us a couple of videos. We'll clip it together, we'll put it out, and just give a feel of what was happened on the road. Because I think there's some great stadiums coming up next season. It'd be great to have fans input like that. It just adds to the podcast. And also as well, if you're just joining us, if you watched the beginning of the podcast, we did it a little bit differently. So 15 minutes of recorded stuff from the press conference today. We're going to try and get more of that next year. Maybe not opening the show with it. We're still experimenting, but we want to get more content that we've made to put on the show as well. So just say we're going to expand next season and hopefully give you more content that's worthy of watching. So watch this space. Right, let's have a little look here. We've got wonder how many Hereford will bring. Well, their season's effectively over now, so hopefully they come for a
coming up for the weekend.
Hopefully, hopefully we can get get a good away contingent coming up, and make it good atmosphere. Me and the other half was down there on Monday, and she loved it. And she only knew Jacob Blythe because of him being on the telly. Yeah, I think he's got a famous girlfriend, hasn't he? He's got the lad on the mic. Was it Elton John or Boris on a factory visit? It was actually, if you watch Phoenix Night, it was the fire warden, the one that was accused of touching dogs. So yeah, that was our fancy dress. That the little pug hanging out his fly was one of the giveaways. And thanks for all the commentaries. Can't get to many home games and still love to feel involved. Well, no, thank you very much to everyone that's listened in. It's been as I said when I was crying, it's been an absolute honor and a privilege to be able to cover the club anyway, but let alone on a season like this. It's just been.
This is the time when we need radio mics, Davey.
Yeah, it certainly is.
Get on the pitch and get a few interviews.
Although I haven't said that, I've had a radio mic and you just hear me falling down the stairs. Yeah, but say we've got about 15 minutes left. Come on, tell us what you're doing. Are you coming in fancy dress on Saturday? Are you looking forward to Saturday? What do you think about war flags as well? I think that's a great thing that's happening.
I think it is, but there's a few people kicking off.
I know, I've seen that, but just look below us now here on this screen. All right, black and white checky shirts. They've got a load of black and white checky flags. They've offered to come along. They're helping out to the celebrations. It's Gated fans that's going to be waving them flags. It's going to be an absolutely fantastic occasion, and it's going to look beautiful. It's going to look continental, isn't it? It's just, and I can only imagine what Jack McGragan's going to do with the footage of what it's going to look like on Saturday. That time on this song. Yeah, it's going to be absolutely fantastic. We've got. I do hope Brackley go up with us as they've pushed us all season. Their manager is quite well mannered, and I believe they're part time, so they've done quite well. They've done it absolutely fantastic, and just hopefully they've got some energy in the legs to get themselves over the line. So there we go.
Put you on the spot. Who do you fancy?
Oh, well, hang on 1 second. We've got this message here. There we go. Mickey and Dave, who do you think will win the National League North playoffs?
Oh, there you go.
York's the team with a bit of form.
Team with form. But I personally think Charlie will be in the final. I really do.
Well, Mr. Lukes went with Fylde. Gordon Mans went York City. Yeah, it's I wouldn't like to call it because all of them teams can pull out a performance, you know. I think I'll go with York. I think York will do it, but you've got to remember either if Bratley or Fylde get through, they've got the home advantage, haven't they? That's the big thing. But having said that, whoever is at home in the final, if it's York that goes there, Kidderminster, Chorley, there's going to be a big contingent travelling. It's going to be some game. It's going to be very tough, very, very tough.
To be honest, there's going to be some cracking attendances for all of them.
Well, we've got a message here. Hang on, listen to this. This is probably the best message of the night. Dave, I'm so excited listening to the podcast. I feel like getting my big lens out and polishing it for Saturday. Too frightened to post it. Charles Wolf.
I was going to say love Charlie.
Taylor Howie's put York will bottle it. Hang on, we've got well, I don't know. 1 second, don't want to miss any messages. The atmosphere will bring the roof off. It certainly will. It's going to be great. Got their Southport managers post-match. 5 minutes of praising us. There's been a few managers have done that this season.
A lot of managers done that.
Yeah. York to be Brackley, Chorley to be Fly. That's a really bold prediction. Chorley, says Donna Gibson. I'd fancy Chorley. So there's a lot of people there. Chorley or Kidderminster will be hard. And yeah, so what do you make of Clarkey and Louis' stories, dance moves? Yeah, actually, 1 second. We have actually got this. The one thing I will say is look at Ben Clark's face when he's dancing. It's fantastic. Amazing scenes there. That was the club's footage there as well. Also give credit where it comes from. And Donna Walton's put a hand up there. Hello. Thank you very much. Being a great season and looking finally to attending this season is such a special day. Great team and fans. Yeah, it's just going to be a fantastic celebration. We've got about 10 minutes left. So if you want to get in 1 second, I thought we had a message there on Twitter. I'm just going through because I'm getting lots of notifications. Yeah, if you want to send in a message, please do. If you just join us, tell us how you celebrated against the league win against Chorley, and look forward to Saturday and predictions. You know, go on, Howie. We'll have a couple of score predictions.
For you, Davey. Don't
Yep.
forget David Steele's mug.
Oh yeah, I'm not going to forget that. Well, talking about Davy Steele. On a different note, delighted to see Scarborough and Marsk promoted. Yeah, said had a feeling Scarborough would get promoted. I thought Shields would bottle it, but yeah, it's going to be an interesting league that next year. Another derby. I mean, they've lost Gateshead, but there's going to be some teams having some good trips down to Scarborough this year. Scarborough had an unreal season for them. We've got a prediction here. We've got 3-1 to the Heed. We've got 3-0 Liv Walden. We've got 3-0 to Gateshead as well. So there we go. And I'm going to miss the game. Certainly. Well, I say, just what a beautiful season. It's just unreal that it's coming to the end, you know, and we're going to see the trophy lifted.
November, neither.
I know. Well, we'll have to. I think in the coming weeks we will reach out to having players on and talking about them about the season. It won't be the end of the podcast. We've got the ladies to talk about as well, and then once that is finished, we'll probably have a break for a couple of weeks, and then if there's any big news throughout the summer, we'll come back with a podcast and maybe have a couple of, I don't know, maybe a quiz one throughout the summer as well. And we'll, we'll keep in touch with you all.
Quizmaster.
Yeah, it would. I think so. We know a Quizmaster. Also, as well, how dare I forget? Player of the Year Awards. The party has been announced. It is on Sunday at the Time Bank Brewery. £5 a ticket. Obviously short notice, but the club didn't know where they were going to be. If the God forbid, if we're in the playoffs. So if you want to get along to that, Kieran Bow is performing, and it should be a fantastic night. If you haven't been to the Time Bank Brewery, it is really good. It's a nice venue, and the beer isn't half bad either. So get yourselves along to that. Tickets on the club shop and where the buy your tickets, and you'll follow links on social media, and you'll get to that. So fantastic. Should be a good night.
Which player of the season?
For me, I would go Greg Ollie. I'm not just saying that because he gives a cuddle, but yeah, I'd go Greg Ollie. Sorry?
Think that?
Yeah. My top 3 players this season is Bailey, Ollie, and Langstaff.
What was saying to Paul Dixon before the Southport game? There's an argument for so many of them. You could argue all 3 of the Campbell, Macca, and Ked could all be the top 3.
Definitely. I mean, you could put Story in there. You can go. Dan Ward's had a great season as well. It's just been great right across the pitch, and I'm glad not having to. It's not down to me to pick it because I keep changing my mind every day. We've got a message here. Someone's looking further forward. Who would you want in pre-season? Well, hopefully a couple of big games at home would be nice to get some money in the coffers and get a good crowd. Someone else sent the same message there, Gordon. What's that? So was it hi? I was waving. Good to be missing the us playing the National League as we head back to Cyprus to live, but happy to see us promoted. Well, we'll be able to keep you in full in full contact with the Heed through the podcast and through commentary. So
just think they were done when it's absolutely numb over here. You'd be lying there in the sunshine.
Yeah, I know.
Eating your tea al fresco in the garden in the heat. We'd be shivering when knackers off.
I know. Unless I get last to knit with some ball scarves, Mickey.
What?
Ball scarves. I've just made them up. The Heat Army podcast.
I wouldn't like to be modelling them.
You imagine it. The Heat Army ball scarves will be available next season. Keep your testes warm on a cold night. And say that feel the grip of the podcast. Darren Walden, what's your hopes or expectations for next season? Let's give a good account of ourselves and stay in the league. I think we'll be all right next year.
It's gonna be tough.
With some more,
really tough.
Yeah, Greg Ollie as well. Sam Pelton's put Story, Langstaff, Tinkler. It's arguments for everybody. Langstaff, the way he changed from hardly scoring to top goal scorer. Yeah, it's just great. John Ollie, hope to catch up with you guys on Saturday. Definitely, we hope to see you as well. Taylor Howie's put Story, Campbell, Keds. You can't argue with anyone.
You can't argue any of them. I mean, Greg Ollie's been fantastic as well. Don't get us wrong. Langstaff's been, but I'm sorry I went for Tinkler because I just think I haven't seen Tinkler have a bad game at all. Yeah. I'm not saying the other lads have had worse games, but I just think he's been consistent all the way through.
Yeah, we've got message here. Sounds like Mike will continue to play. I thought he might retire at the end of the season. No, I think Mike's got the drive to keep going. I think
he said on his interview.
Yeah,
I'm just hitting my peak. I was class that. I kept a straight face.
Mentally and physically, he's just hitting his peak. I thought that was great. Really good. So great stuff. We've got the called Peter Heaters, apparently ball scarves.
Well, there you go.
Well, if you want a Heat Army Peter Heater, I'm going to get Wallace to measure us up and get knitting.
Please, Davey, do not send me a photograph when you've got it on. Please.
I'm gonna have a live webcam there for the first podcast. Just the angle of the dangle will be the advertising slogan. Saturday's atmosphere is going to be amazing. It certainly is. Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, please, someone take
York,
off this.
Yeah, and God, hopefully Langstaff or Scott can finish as the league top goal scorer. Definitely. Have you still got mugs? I got my mugs to pick up. I certainly have got your mugs set to one side. Don't you worry about that. What have I started? Haha. Well, there's half this part was actually thinking about getting some knitted. Oh, you get some tassels on them and everything. Oh, bejazzle them. It'd be great. Oh, well, let's see.
I know kids, mum, Alison's quite good at making bubbles.
I thought you were going to say that she'd want some.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, well, I honestly don't think Alison would really need some Peter heaters, but it's one way to end a podcast, isn't it? Right. Apparently, Charlie's going to send him his. So there we go. And well, 1 second. Away fans of the season at the International Stadium. Ooh. Tough one.
Just for the sheer number, made a lot of noise. I tell you who I honestly think's been the best team at the stadium this season is Mask.
They were so hard to break down, weren't they? Especially for how many levels down they were as well. They give a great account of themselves, and of course they nearly threw it away. They were top of the league most of the season, and then had to go through the playoffs. But yeah, I think they'll cause a lot of bother next year in the league above. So yeah, watch that space. I think.
Can you think of a better? I mean, Charlie Dunn were there. They were good. They were just defended really well, and it were.
Yeah.
Failed people 3 times, but I wasn't impressed as much as failed.
No.
Charlie.
Charlie were just so 1 second there. I thought Spennymoor gave us a good tough game at our place. It did. Mask as well. Darlow for me. Yeah. So there we go. And obviously we'll have probably have an age limit on the Peter heaters, of course. Yes. Got to sell out of that one. Mickey will be measuring people up on a match day for their Peter heaters.
Mickey will be on nah.
He's going to get a tattoo of the measurements on his fingers so he doesn't have to keep getting the tape measure. He can just
stand there and cough.
Oh, right. On that note, everybody tell your friends, family to get down on Saturday. It's going to be so amazing. If you do get down there and you want to record anything and send it to us, we'll tweet out after the game our email address for sending videos, and we'll put them on. I think it's going to be something really, really special, and I think it's going to be absolutely just amazing. Drink it in, savor it in. You know, I'm not saying this is the last time it'll happen, but you never know when it'll happen again. And these moments are there to be just absolutely enjoyed and savored. And it's been a pleasure experiencing it all with you. And thank you.
Well, stay at home, obviously. Get practicing, because the Queen, we are the champions, is going to come. Make sure you know the words.
Yeah, I think everyone knows them words. Well, Donna doesn't want to be measured up for some Peter heaters. Heaters instead of mugs. No, I'm not going to say it. Will Hereford give us a guard of honour on Saturday? Who knows? But you could use the mug as a Peter heater as long as the water isn't too hot. Right. On that note, we're going to leave the Duncan. 1 second. Mickey, you better wear your golden thong, says Kieran.
Class night.
The man with the golden thong. Right. On that note.
Thong, but I keep telling them I wear it.
All right. Well,
but I don't change it. I keep it on and just turn it inside out.
Yeah. Well, we're going to end this podcast with a message that everybody needs to know. Bye, everyone. Bye.